There are 57 Muslim countries in the world. 2-3 exceptions हैं, पाकिस्तान या अफगानिस्तान होगा जहाँ पर minorities एक issue भी है. बाकी countries they don't care. I mean, उनको शायद ये कभी ये इस तरह का podcast minorities cover करने की जरूरत भी ना उनको पड़ती हो. They don't have seminars on minorities because there is no issue to begin with. उसने तौहीन रसालत की. ये labeling, ये false accusations सिर्फ आपको पाकिस्तान में नजर आएंगे. The different communities, the Hindus, the Christians, we are a bouquet. We bring beauty, husn to this nation. Problem हमारे निसाब में है. Minority की इज्जत घर में माँ बाप टीचर आपके होते हैं, स्कूल में आपके टीचर्स का माइंडसेट ही एंटी मिनॉरिटी है. पॉलिसी बनाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. पॉलिसी बनी हुई है, जितने मर्जी आप कमीशंस भी बना लें उसका कुछ नहीं होगा.
वेलकम टू एम्प्टी आउट लाउड, जहां बस बात करते हैं. I'm thrilled about today's podcast because our guest is an accomplished and an esteemed businessman of Pakistan. He is a parliamentarian and a big proponent of minorities, Mr. Asfandyar Bandara. He is the CEO of Murray Brewery Company, which is one of the oldest public limited companies in the subcontinent. Besides that, he is the president of the Rawalpindi Parsi Anjuman. He is a National Assembly member. He is on the Standing Committee on Defense. He is a member of the Standing Committee in the National Assembly for Maritime Affairs. He is a member of the Standing Committee of Foreign Affairs and a member of Parliamentary Minorities Caucus. I welcome you, Mr. Bandara, on our podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Bandara Sahab, you have inherited a large generational business empire. I'd like to know, what is your leadership philosophy?
Leadership comes by example. The ethos that your elders have sowed into you, and we should have been lucky enough to take it, grab it. So, of course, hard work in every sphere of business, dealing above the board. To be honest, as much as possible, say no to corruption. That's one of our slogans at Murray Brewery. So I think these are the mota principles of running the show.
हम पाकिस्तान में बहुत बात करते हैं कि जी बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट जो है वो बहुत टफ है. पॉलिसीज जो हैं वो कंड्यूसिव नहीं है. वो अभी तक हमें वो एनवायरनमेंट नहीं दे रही जो एक इकोसिस्टम डेवलप होता है. फॉर यू, आई मीन you've dealt with policies, you've dealt with businesses. What is the reality?
Unfortunately, I'll have to agree with you. We are one of the most highest rates of utilities in Asia, electricity and gas. We could not open our LCs till about 3 years ago when there was a crunch on the national exchequer. That we were very down with the foreign reserves, I mean. So 3 साल पहले I could not open LCs. You see, that was one problem. Inflation is raw material. The dollar depreciation, the rupee depreciation is another problem. The new problem I just mentioned the other day at some place is the culture of blocking roads.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a new phenomena in Pakistan in the last 10-15 years. I have noticed this. In a calendar year, we lose 10, 15, 20 days in a calendar year. That's very important. On dharnas or road blockages, whether it is a farmers' protest, whether it is a political protest, whether it is a SCO summit in Islamabad, we were told to shut down for 3 days for a summit. We understand all the problems and the requirements of security, but shutting down a city, shutting down a country, and saying 8 फरवरी को, I'm not trying to be political over here, एक कॉल आई है 8 फरवरी को हम पाकिस्तान बंद कर देंगे. What is this? Pakistan is not a shop that you just close the shutter, for God's sakes. So all political parties, including my political party, should have no right. No political party should have the right. No religious party should have a right. No sect should have a right. No one should have the right to block or bring Pakistan economy to a halt, even for one day. But यहाँ पर होता है जी हम फैजाबाद बंद कर देंगे. And when you close down Faizabad, the whole two economies of the whole two cities is gone. हम कराची की बंदरगाह पे स्ट्राइक करेंगे. Pakistan comes to a standstill. किसी गॉड फॉरबिड किसी के साथ ज्यादती होती है. आई एग्री. किसी के साथ ज्यादती होती है, मर्डर कुछ हो जाता है. They block the roads. And now one particular party has brought the culture of dharna, blocking the roads. I don't want to be sound, one political party basher over here. But this is a new phenomena of bringing Pakistan's economy to a standstill, which is totally not acceptable.
Well, you're part of businesses and politics.
Correct.
When did you enter politics and why?
My father was an old hand at politicians. So I, of course, receiving politicians was part of my duty. I used to be in the reception line receiving politicians, making them comfortable. And some of my even responsibility was to make sure that the whiskey glass is not half, it should be full. So that was also one of my responsibilities. So my father was in politics and a minister at one time in Ziaul Haq's time, then an M&A at Musharraf's time. So I think I had that thing in me that, I should be doing something for the country, whatever I can for the minorities. So back in 2012, I joined Noon. And I'm proud to say over here, this is something very important for the audience, that I'm proud to say I paid 0 rupees to come to join any party. My money, my ticket to the party was my father's goodwill, which he had created with Ziaul Haq's time, with Nawaz Sharif, when Nawaz Sharif was CM. My father was Minister Minorities at that time. Then fast forward Musharraf. Again, he had a good... So a lot of my colleagues today, they know me, they knew him also. And the leadership also knew him, worked with him. So I came on a ride. Because it's very embarrassing for me if I have to pay money to buy my ticket for the National Assembly. That is, that is equivalent to a prostitute, if you will. Sorry to give that example. I hope you don't edit it. But thank God, I'm not that, and I purely came on my own family name's merit. So I'm proud to say that.
So whenever we're talking about inclusion in Pakistan, एक आम तौर पे एक आम आदमी को ये तासुर होता है कि हम सिर्फ ख़वातीन की बात कर रहे हैं. लेकिन inclusion में obviously minorities have a big role. So when you are, as a businessman, you are hiring, what kind of balance do you actually want to have in your company so that inclusion and diversity are equally addressed?
Oh yes, I'm of course all for inclusion and diversity. At the Murray Brewery, our business, it's a liquor producing company, as we all know. Of course, we make non-alcoholic also, but I'm more of a worker-oriented blue collar. We have a lot of blue. So I don't have a lot of females over here, I'm sorry to say. But we do have, we just have 3 females. That too, their parents who died on duty.
Okay.
So, and they didn't have any brothers. So a special case, we recruited them. But we usually go for a male because it's a different type of business.
Yes, I've seen your factory. It is a proper factory.
Proper
yes.
factory,
Yes.
blue collar. So as far as minorities are concerned, yes, we have about 35 people from the Christian community. We have 2 from the Hindu community and 1 chief executive from the Parsi community. But of course, 99% is still Muslims over there. But Alia, in business, one has to be very careful about merit. It's very easy to speak of merit, but to actually implement it. So when I'm interviewing people, I'm not looking at their faith, of course. That's the last thing on my mind. I'm purely looking at merit, So I will never hire anyone just because he's a Christian or a Hindu. If he doesn't qualify for the job, he doesn't fill the seat. So, I will not be able to it's so I have to go by merit over there.
I'm going to ask you about the Parsi community in Pakistan. They have dwindled, but they owned large businesses. They were already doing extremely well when it came to financial standing, and I think they have contributed to many of the charities in Pakistan, and still they're ongoing. But the Parsi youth has moved out of Pakistan, and
That's the airplane.
exactly, they've gone abroad. How do you see, the future of Parsi community in Pakistan?
I hate to break it to you. I don't see it well. I don't see, because yes, you're right. Dwindled is an understatement. It is dwindled pro.
Yes.
We have left about 700-800 souls, 700-800 heads, souls. And out of that, the youngsters, when I say youngsters, I mean 30-40s, they are, I think, not more than 5%. And they're also trying to leave. वो रुके हुए हैं because उनके शायद, parents हैं, या if they have a business or something. But you see, Parsis is a breed which does not like intolerance, violence, fraudsters. He would like to do his work in a peaceful environment where he's not harassed. So a lot have left for greener pastures due to intolerance that we have witnessed over the last, 20-25 years. Even Muslims of different sects, they have come under fire without going, you know what I mean. So yes, and Parsis traditionally have been well off. If you compare them with our Hindu brothers, with our Christian brothers, with our Kalash brothers, with our Buddhist brothers, they've been well off. So naturally, they took a flight and left. I can't stop them. I can't say you did a wrong thing, because in the end, हर कोई आदमी अपनी फैमिली के लिए, अपने लिए देखता है. जो कोई ये नहीं देखेगा कि नहीं यार, मैं चला जाऊंगा तो पाकिस्तान का नुकसान हो जाएगा, डाइवर्सिटी खत्म हो जाएगी. When it comes to personally, no one thinks like that. So you can't really blame them. Though I wish I could reverse the situation. Pakistan, when it was partitioned, we were, if I'm not mistaken, कोई 40,000 थे हम यहाँ पर, 30,000 या 40,000. Don't hold me to the figure. But over the years, till 2026, we are down to 700-800 souls. And 80% of those souls, 70% of those souls are over the age of 60.
You have also put together a book on minorities.
Correct.
Called Gems and Jewels.
Gems and Jewels.
Would you like to tell us something about it?
The name Gems and Jewels was coined by Mian Nawaz Sharif, meaning implying the minorities are in fact the gems and jewels. Though a lot of people would differ, but I think Pakistan's diversity is the beauty of the society. Any beauty. If it's only one religion, if it's only one breed, if it's only one creed, तो मैं कहूँगा क्या फायदा? We are a bouquet. If you have different flowers, it looks more beautiful. If you just have one color, be it any color. Well, I think so. We bring beauty, husn to this nation. The different communities, the Hindus, the Christians, and all we have. Even the different sects in Islam. They are a bouquet which we are not tolerant to. So that's the theme of the book.
Is the National Commission on Minorities going to help with our tolerance and our futuristic approach towards minorities and their assimilation?
Look, we have this concept as a nation, Alia, कि एक हमें लीडर मिलेगा, हमारी तकदीर बदली करेगा. No. जब तक हम ग्रास रूट स्कूल लेवल किड से हम चेंज नहीं होंगे. Minority Commission मन गया है, very good, but उसने I'm not trying to be pessimistic over here. I'm trying to be a realist over here. कि minority की इज्जत, minority की अदब, minority से मोहब्बत, ये आपको घर में माँ बाप टीचर आपके होते हैं, स्कूल में आपके टीचर, माँ बाप ही जब कहे हिंदू से हाथ नहीं मिलाना, अस्तगफिरुल्लाह, क्रिश्चियन से हाथ नहीं मिलाना, अस्तगफिरुल्लाह. एक खातून ने मुझे कहा, भाई गवर्नमेंट एम्प्लॉई ने मुझे कहा, भाई असफन यार, आप एमएनए हैं, फैक्ट्री चला रहे हैं, तो मुझे एक घर की औरत चाहिए बर्तन वर्तन के लिए, बच्चे मेरे हैं छोटे हैं, पढ़ी लिखी औरत, मुझे घर के लिए औरत चाहिए, तो बर्तन वर्तन धोने के लिए, किचन वगैरह, लेकिन हंसाई ना होए, बर्तन फिर हमारे पलीत हो जाते हैं। इससे ज़्यादा घटिया सोच मैं नहीं सोच सकता। कोई एमएनए, कोई हुकूमत, कोई प्राइम मिनिस्टर, कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता जब तक ये सोच हमारी, जब मैं इशारा कर रहा हूँ, जब तक ग्रास रूट लेवल पे, जब तक माँ बाप उस बच्चे को ये नहीं सिखाएंगे कि ये गलत सोच है, जब तक बच्चों को टीचर्स नहीं सिखाएंगे बेटा ये गलत सोच है। हमारे अपने टीचर ये पढ़ा रहे होते हैं कि सारे गैर मुस्लिम आपके दुश्मन हैं। माँ बाप, जो रिस्पेक्टेबल माँ बाप हैं, जो बच्चों को दर्स देना चाहिए अच्छी बातों का, वो ये सिखा रहे होते हैं कि गैर मुस्लिम उनसे दूर रहो। तो आपके पॉडकास्ट के थ्रू मैं अपील करूंगा कि हर जगह मैं ये बात करता हूँ, एम्ब्रेस मिनॉरिटी। फंक्शंस में जाके हम कहते हैं, देखिए हम मिनॉरिटी के फंक्शन में गए थे, हम कितनी मोहब्बत करते हैं। ओ भाई, आप उधर को, आपको इनवाइट था, आपको पता है वहाँ पर चाय मिलेगी, आपको 2-4 बिस्किट मिल जाएंगे। सिर्फ फंक्शंस में जाके मिनॉरिटी की हमदर्दी नहीं है। आप दोस्ती यारी करें एक मिनॉरिटी के साथ, फैमिली, उसकी फैमिली को इनवाइट करें, आप उसके घर जाएं रोटी खाने, उसको रोटी के ऊपर बुलाएं अपने घर, उसके साथ रेस्टोरेंट जाके, दैट इज द रियल दोस्ती। तो मैं समझता हूं कि मैं ये कहूंगा कि एम्ब्रेस अ मिनॉरिटी। आप जो भी मेरी बात सुन रहे हैं या एम्ब्रेस अ मिनॉरिटी, मतलब कि एट अ प्राइवेट लेवल, तो उसको घर बुला के आप चाय पी लें, उसके घर जाके चाय पी लें। तो आई थिंक वी शुड स्टार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, जस्ट बाय अटेंडिंग सेमिनार्स। जो हम गवर्नमेंट में इतने सेमिनार्स अटेंड करते हैं, आप जाने को दिल नहीं करता। वो सारे वहां पर कहते हैं मिनॉरिटी हमारे भाई बहन है। उस 4 दीवारी के अंदर ये बात करने के बाद हम अपने अपने घर चले जाते हैं और हम समझते हैं हमने बहुत बड़ा काम किया है।
आपने एक ग्राउंड रियलिटी बताई जो हमारी सोच की है, लेकिन हमारी पॉलिसीज के हवाले से क्या फ्लॉ है जो एक तरह से माइनॉरिटीज को प्रोटेक्शन से महरूम रखता है?
I think we need to visit the curriculum. The laws to protect minorities are in your constitution. They are in your penal code. कि आप कोई ऐसे भी हमला करेंगे तो वो आपको कानून पकड़ेगा विदाउट लुकिंग एट कि आप कौन मजहब के हैं। प्रॉब्लम हमारे निसाब में है, स्टूडेंट्स, ये जो हम बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं, वही बात आ गई जो मैंने आपको थोड़ी देर पहले की है। पॉलिसी बनाने की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, पॉलिसी बनी हुई है, जितने मर्जी आप कमीशंस भी बना लें उसका कुछ नहीं होगा। आज 10 सीटें एमएनए की, आप 10 से उठा के 50 कर दें एमएनए की सीटें, कुछ नहीं होगा। जब तक हमारे लोगों में मिनॉरिटीज़ के इज्जत, प्यार, मोहब्बत, टॉलरेंस, एक्सेप्टेंस नहीं आएगी, हम कोई किसी को नहीं कह रहे कि आप हमारे दीन को अपनाएं। हम कह रहे हैं हमें, आपको अपना दीन मुबारक हो, हमें अपना दीन मुबारक हो, बात खत्म। आओ यार मिल के रोटी खाएं। इंसानियत हमारे मुल्क में ख़त्म होती जा रही है और बाकी हम एक दूसरे को लेबल्स लगाने में तुम दोज़ख में जाओगे, इस चीज़ के बहुत पाकिस्तान में ये ट्रेंड शुरू हो गया। Again it comes down to education, one which is taught in the books and one is the basic humanity. पेरेंट्स ने जो बच्चों को, पेरेंट्स ने तो किसी स्कूल में जाके नहीं पढ़ना ना, टीचर्स ने तो अब किसी स्कूल में जाके नहीं पढ़ना। टीचर्स का माइंडसेट ही आपका एंटी मिनॉरिटी है। किसी भी आप गरीब तबके उठा के देख लें, मिडिल क्लास तक, अमीर तबके में तक उसमें फिर टॉलरेंस थोड़ी बहुत होगी। उठता बैठता, दुनिया देखिए, अमेरिका गया है, सबके साथ बैठा है, वो कहेगा नो, बड़े अच्छे लोग होते हैं बड़े। बट जिनको पता ही नहीं है, जिन्होंने पाकिस्तान, मतलब कि आई एम टॉकिंग ऑफ द लोअर रंग, the middle rung, and there are some bigotry in the elite class also. There is, but majority ये मैं जो मैंने highest bigotry देखी है, ये middle class और lower class में है, जो शायद उस बर्तन में रोटी नहीं खाएंगे, like that.
So whose job is it to review the curriculum? Because see, minorities issues are always highlighted after a crisis. It's never something that will be a constant issue.
You're right.
So whose job is it going to be? Is it going to be this commission's job? Is it the minorities' job? Who is really to be really called for?
Don't look at the commission with a lot of, commission will sit once in a blue moon. It will give its recommendations to the National Assembly or whoever. Whether they get accepted or not, that's another different matter. And so, again, no government, Alia, there are some things which are inculcated in you by your parents, by your school, in your teachers, if it's a school, or your college professor or whatever. I don't have a definite answer to that, but I do have an answer when the majority accepts the minority. It is not afraid of the minorities or their religions or their beliefs. I think we will be a normal country. They have to change. The problem is not in me. The problem is not in the minorities कि आप किस तरह क्या करेंगे जिससे बेहतरी आएगी.
I mean, it's very doable because I agree with you on this. We wanted to promote tourism, and then we saw Sikh tourism, religious tourism is something that, was bringing very good revenue and a soft image of Pakistan.
We need that.
It started and it's being accepted. We do see a lot of Sikh tourists in the cities as well, and they are welcomed by the common man as well. So it is very much possible.
Oh yes, it is possible. But we as a nation have to really look at it. I always give an example, if I may. There are 57 Muslim countries in the world. 57 में 2-3 exceptions हैं. पाकिस्तान होगी, अफगानिस्तान होगा, एक दुक्का और, जहाँ पर minorities एक issue भी है. बाकी countries ले लें वो, they don't care. They don't care. I mean, उनको शायद ये कभी ये इस तरह का podcast minorities के ऊपर करने की जरूरत भी ना उनको पड़ती हो. I'm sure other countries, they don't have seminars on minorities. They don't have minority caucus because there is no issue to begin with. There are 57 countries. Blasphemy labeling. कितनी countries आपने अखबार में last time पढ़ी थी other than Pakistan कि जहाँ पर blasphemy का जी एक बंदे को सजा हो गई या lynch हो गया. पाकिस्तान के अलावा मुझे कोई आप बताएं. सोचना पड़ेगा आपको कि जी हाँ एक मलेशिया में हुआ था, नहीं आज एक लिबिया में हुआ था, नहीं एक कतर में ऐसा हुआ था, एक तुर्की में ऐसा हुआ था. कितने मुस्लिम ममालिक में आपको मैं ओनली पाकिस्तान में ही आपको ये नजर आएगा, ये बात सुनने को मिलेगी कि एक मिनॉरिटी को मारा गया, एक हिंदू को पकड़ लिया, उसने तौहीन रसालत की. ये लेबलिंग, ये फॉल्स एक्यूजेशन सिर्फ आपको पाकिस्तान में नजर आएंगे. अगर चले आप कहते हैं कि औरों में भी होंगे, औरों में होगा तो 1% होगा. 99% आपके हमारे मुल्क प्यारे पाकिस्तान में है. It's a hard reality. It's a bitter reality.
It's something to think about because एक तरफ तो आप कह रहे हैं कि सजा जब होती है, दूसरा है that when the people themselves become the executioners.
Yeah.
And right there,
I'm the jury, I'm the judge.
Absolutely. And there and then वो वहीं की वहीं जो है वो
Mob mentality.
जी, mob mentality वहाँ पे जला दिया गया या कुछ.
मेरा सवाल है कि बाकी कंट्रीज में क्यों नहीं हो रहा.
जी,
यही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ. आपने कहा पारसी और बाकी क्यों जा रहे हैं. This is the reason. They feel safe in other countries. ये blasphemy का भी जो इस्तेमाल है, this is purely for property and personal needs and jealousy. आपके पास अच्छे कपड़े, आपके पास अच्छी गाड़ी, और मुझे एक जलन आ गई है तो मैं फिर कुछ नहीं मिलेगा तो मैं आप पे ये चीज लगा दूंगा. सबसे इजी है. चोरी का नहीं लगा सकता, चोरी कोर्ट कहेगा चोरी का प्रूफ करो. कत्ल का हर चीज आपको लॉ कोर्ट में प्रूफ करनी पड़ेगी. इसके ऊपर आपको कोई प्रूफ करने की जरूरत नहीं है.
You are a connoisseur of vintage cars. आपने बहुत शौक से गाड़ियां रखी हुई हैं जो मेरा ख्याल में काफ़ी कदीम हैं और काफ़ी खूबसूरत गाड़ियां हैं. कितनी हैं आपके पास?
देखें, अपने बच्चे गिना नहीं करते. ठीक है ना जी. We all grew up not with iPads and iPhones. We were in the playing grounds or driving a car. I will not tell you with who. So we were the swinging 80s and we loved cars and still do. And yes, I collect vintage cars. Mostly Mercedes Benzes, and so one needs an outlet of all the sadness in life. You need something to look at and cheer about.
Absolutely, you're right. And I must say that I was very impressed when I visited your factory that other than the work area, your main reception area and your office is also a very nice, lovely old building.
Oh yes.
और आपने उसको restore
Maintain.
रखा
Yes,
है
yes,
और
yes.
maintain रखा हुआ है. What do you have to say when we look at so many properties being demolished for newer vertical?
I couldn't agree with you more. Pakistan is a nation which denies or tries to hide its history. It tries to destroy its old beautiful architectural buildings. कि तोड़ो इधर नया plaza अगली plaza खड़ा करो. So so that's hence all our old heritage buildings have gone to the dogs. A lot of old buildings and a lot of old houses have been brought down. So that's a sad fact. We are a nation not one for history.
Off the camera, we were discussing how our youth is struggling. कि हमारे बच्चे जो हैं वो सारी रात जागते हैं और सारा दिन जो है वो बेचारे zombies बने होते हैं. लेकिन यही यूथ है जो आगे जाके एक वर्कफोर्स बननी है. So as an employer, as you have large businesses and you employ hundreds of people, what are you looking for in a young person who's come for an interview? Plus, if somebody wants to be an entrepreneur, आप क्या उनके लिए तजवीज़ करेंगे?
I think discipline. Interview comes later on, but the first is getting up on time, eating on time, sleeping on time, or doing your sports on time. Why not? Doing your studies on time. So I think time management, I would say, is the number one prerequisite, followed by persistence. When you go into an interview, when you walk into an interview, don't expect the carpet to be rolled out to you. There might be hard questions. Don't get parishan with that. There can always be a second interview. And not lose hope. Today's generation, I believe, they are very sensitive. They should be less sensitive. If someone says something which they don't like, which they don't agree, they come into their cocoon. They enclose themselves. So they have to be more thick-skinned. They have to be more tolerant to criticism from an elder. I'm not talking of peers. I'm talking since you're going, जो आपका interview ले रहा है, of course he is sitting in that authority. He has had that experience, so आपको interview ले रहा है. So I think they are too much के जरा सा वो they shy out. So they have to be more. My message is to be, as number one, is have more discipline in life and have to have a more thick-skinned in life in order to prevail. And of course, keep a straight head and not try to do shortcuts. All the developed nations, developed countries, everything to become a doctor, it takes 7, 8, 10 years. And if I'm not mistaken. So I think you have to really work hard and don't expect every aspect of your life to be changed by the government. That's the loser mentality, what I call. कि जी मैं क्यों नहीं कोई काम कर रहा, हुकूमत ने मौके नहीं दिए. मैं मिनॉरिटी की इज्जत क्यों नहीं कर रहा जी, हुकूमत ने मौके नहीं दिए. सो आई थिंक हुकूमत को बार बार अपनी ज़ाती फेल में ज़ाती कामयाबी और ज़ाती उसमें लेकर आना, हुकूमत को लेकर आना, वो तो हुकूमत का काम नहीं है. आपके अंदर मेहनत डालना, आपके अंदर इंसानियत डालना, आपके अंदर क्या कहते हैं दगाबाजी फ्रॉड ना करना, हुकूमत ने आपके अंदर नहीं डालना. वो आपको खुद वो आपके अंदर डीएनए होना चाहिए. डीएनए कहाँ से आएगा? पेरेंट्स से आएगा.
Thank you so much for such an enlightening discussion, and I'm grateful that you've been able to give us such an insight on the national priorities for the minorities.
Thank you, Ali. It's always a pleasure to meet you over here or socially, and it's a duty which you called me to, and I'm glad to be of service to you.
Thank you.